Shalom.
Wow.
Back out here once again to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom. Before we get in, face the east, give all praise, honor, and glory to
YAHWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakodas.
Yahweh being the true name of God, who the world ignorantly calls God, excuse me. YAHWASHI being the true name, who the world calls Jesus Christ. BAHASHAM means in the name. And we're coming in the name of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakodas. Rakakodas being the Holy Spirit. Double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone who rule well and teach sound doctrine, and a strong shalom to the hopeful elect. And just like I mentioned, we came out here to warn our people. So start with Ezekiel chapter 3, 17.
Hold on. As a matter of fact, let me read it. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman.
Right, so there's a watchman, that means a prophet. You're out here watching for the signs, the tokens, that right now in 2023, year that hopeful prophecies coming fast. We're looking for those prophecies that link up with 2 Ezra 9 and Matthew 24 that foretell the end of this place.
It says, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
Right. Like it says in Deuteronomy 29 and 29, the things that are revealed to us, we use them and keep them from generation to generation. And in this generation, use these precepts to warn the people about things like the seed, about martial law that's coming to America, warning about race wars, riots, insurrection, the sedition among men, like it says in 2 Ezra 15 chapter.
Well, yeah, when you go into the word watchman, you go back to the Hebrew word shafat, which means to observe, right? To wait, right? That's another definition for the word watchman. To observe, so what do we observe? We observe the times, right? You know, and we feel to that through the prophecies that's in the Holy Scripture. So the word shafat means to, watchman is Hebrew for shafat, is to observe, to wait, and it also says look up. So that's what we do, and you know what I'm saying? Like I remember one time me and the brother was doing a lesson. It's like a rendezvous point where you're dealing with say for instance, Baha and Hawad. You got to get to a certain destination for the Heavenly Father to you know what I'm saying? To deliver you, just like it is in the rendezvous point. You know what I'm saying? When they pick the soldiers up, like the movie Black Hawk Down. Right? And the point is, what? We observing, waiting, looking up, like you were telling me to do. And we get you a warning. I wanted to look the word warning up, you know, to see what it goes into. If somebody look that up, I got it.
It says, Zahar, the word warning, Zahar, it says to admonish, to warn, to teach, to shine, to send out light, to be light,
to send out light. Because the light is what? Proverbs 6 and 23. It can tell you what the light is. Right? Read Proverbs 6 and 23. Which we are the light of the world too. Like the scripture says. Right? A city that cannot be hid because these Edomites that tried to hide who we were. But according to the prophecies in the Holy Scriptures, we were going to come to that understanding.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp and the law is light.
There it is. So the commandment is a lamp and the law is light. Right? Go ahead.
It says to admonish. All right? When you go to that word admonish, it says, at the online etymology, it says to remind, to urge, to exhort, to warn. Like you said, that's what we're doing, man. Warning our people about the horrible times, the hard times that's coming upon the society, man. Because we live in Babylon. Like that's one always goes into. When you prophesy these things against Babylon the Great, we live here as well. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's running scattered across the earth. You get the point. We're going to be caught up in these signs, man. We have faith in Yahweh, so he can deliver us from these great judgments and plagues, man. That's the whole point of the ministry. That's the whole point of what's we're doing right now, man. Let's get to talk about Zephaniah. Lord will you be hid in the day of the Lord's anger, man.
Ezekiel chapter 33, and verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword warn the people.
And that's what we're doing, metaphorically sounding the alarm, trying to warn our people, the people on this here side. As the scripture do say, go not into any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. We're trying to warn our people that, look, this enemy is trying to make a move on you soon, man. He's trying to force his way upon you. He's trying to draw you away from the Most High. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why we've been set up by YAHWASHI to give our people warning, to sound the alarm, to blow the trumpet, so that you can prepare yourself for the battle, man. Because little do you know, it ain't gonna be like you see today, where life is continuing as usual, people going to work, the hustle and the bustle as you see. You see, it's soon about to be turmoil, man. Prime example, look what the Lord just did to Turkey. You see what I'm saying? It's all kind of chaos going on over there because of that earthquake, man. All right, over 12,000 judged, man. And this is the judgment of YAHWASHI. The scriptures say through his judgments, he is known in the earth.
So 23,000. It's still counting.
See? And so you got these updates every day. All right, like the brother just said, over 23,000, man. And like the beloved elder Apostle Hawad said, what? That's get back, direct judgment from the Heavenly Father upon those Edomites over there because of what they did during the Byzantine Empire. All right, and Constantinople. You see what I'm saying? Those Ottoman Turks and the brothers was telling me. So the point of the fact of the matter being, we're in a time of judgment, man. And that's what we've been set up. The prophets have always been set up right before the Lord brings judgment on this place or any place where our people dwell. All right, to warn our people, man.
And that's what scriptures all over the other.
I mean, it's a lot more, but that was the point I wanted to bring. You know, but if you got a precept, go ahead.
This is Joel 3, and Joel 2 and verse 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in our holy mountain, that all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of YAHWASHI cometh, for it's nigh at hand. And that's right, that's what he was going into, man. Saying about blowing the trumpet and sounding the alarm, man. The holy mountain being the Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes and Native Americans, man. All right? Because another thing going on in the news and about the coming destruction, all the chaos, you had North Korea was flexing their ICBMs, man. Having a whole ICBM parade, and basically you have one of the United States, basically so-called nuclear advisor there, where it's talking about these nuclear power is too much for the United States defense system, man. I was reading an article on CNN. That's right in the scriptures that Joel, second chapter, I'm reading about, man. They should not break their ranks, man. All right? The sword for the plunder, they should not steal, I'm paraphrasing. So that's another part of the problems we were warning you about, man. This place, America, that you live in, is going to be destroyed very soon, man.
Well, the thing is, they testing those missiles because they're getting ready to use them. You see it, like another picture, they ain't going to break their ranks, they ain't going to miss their mark. All right? They're going to hit exactly what they intended to target. Real quick, precept, Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, right? They're in the city, Babylon the Great, okay? It says, and the people not be afraid, right? These people look afraid? No. These people like they caring about, they care whatever their career, right? And they care in this world, you know, whatever please their own belly more than they care about what pleases YAHWASHI. Okay? It says what? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? Going back to that Turkey situation. All right, the brother just said it's over 23,000 judged and counting. You see what I'm saying? All right, and the Lord said that in the last days there will be earthquakes and famines and pestilence and so on and so forth, man, upwards of the people. So we coming into these times that these prophecies becoming more evident, more manifest, more obvious, more clear. That this is the end, man, and they're happening more rapidly. You see one after another. You see in next week that's gonna be old news, man. But I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna get verse 7 real quick. Surely the Lord's power would do nothing, but he revealed his secret into his service to prophets. So here it is, we've been set up, sanctioned by YAHWASHI to come out here and do this work, man. Now, done that.
This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
And the scriptures constantly tell you about woe. When the scriptures tell you with that Jeremiah, when we're reading the scriptures, Lamentations, warning and woe, man. All right, even 2nd 15th chapter, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. What does woe mean? Death and destruction, man. Okay, that's what the Lord is bringing, man. Try to read that better.
Adversity and affliction.
That's right.
That's another definition for the word woe. Adversity and affliction. That's the Heavenly Father going to be right there. Talking about, you know what I'm saying? And when you go into perilous time, they talk about really dealing with the mind. Because that's what we see why, you know, Lord willing we is elected. That's what we see that statement. But our minds live, right? Go ahead.
Back in Revelation 12 and 12 it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Who's the devil? He saw even the so-called white man. All right, he will come down with great wrath. Why? Because we know he knows he's the end of his kingdom. Man. All right, he loses his power and his grip on the earth. He's getting exposed. Everybody's hip to his so-called NWO plan and what he's bringing, man. You got the so-called Davos meeting that's going on. People, we got these Edomites, man, doing YouTube videos. They scrutinizing and analyzing every single little detail about it. You got Edomites trying to alternative media trying to get in and asking people questions and stuff. Why can people all know they're aware of what Esau's doing? That's why he's getting more bold and he's openly saying it, man. That's why you got devils like Hawad and Hawad talking about humans are they're hackable animals now. And basically how people will lose their sovereignty. He said all that you have a spirit and people have to do what they want to do. He said, that's over now. Okay? So they're being open about it. Why? Because they about to make that move, man.
They know they boasting but saying everybody come down with that great wrath. They're not going to care how you feel about it. They're not going to try to. It's no longer going to be gradual. So it's no longer going to be trying to slowly build you up to accept it. That's going to come full force because, like you said, they have for a short time, and they don't have too much longer to rule this time.
I'm about to say that's just another account of Esau throwing the temper tantrum, man. He see his kingdom about to fall, so now he about to just try to just go all out. You know, because he know his time is up, man. Hey, that's where we was in the group chat talking about basically how Herod, the one that kind of kill Yahweh, he gonna kill the Israelite rulers that was in prison because he knew when he was gonna die, nobody was gonna mourn for him. So he ordered when he died to kill the Israelite rulers in prison so there could be some type of war on the land, you know? That's Esau just being a sore loser, man. You know, the Lord gave him a time to rule, you know, and now it's time for him to fall, but he don't want to step down from the rulership, man.
Right, he think that he take, like, that ain't gonna stop the prophecies of the Heavenly Father. You kill all those people, that was meant to happen.
Right.
Because the YAHWASHI was still born, he still fulfilled the prophecies that was written before he was born and came on the scene. So if you well, really as murder, right? Because killing is you kill somebody righteously. Murder is unjustified, unrighteous, bro. You know, so he murdered all those things, bro. But that ain't gonna stop the prophecy. Oh, you got this up.
Psalms chapter 33, verse 10. It says, the Lord brings the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the device of the people of none effect. All right. Yeah, I'm about to say, that's why the scripture says you can't do nothing against the truth before the truth. You know, Esau thinking, man, all these things he about to set up, it's gonna stop what the Lord's plan is. But what it say in Job, it say the deceive and the deceiver both is. The stuff he's doing, that's a part of the Lord's plan. You don't even know. Psalm 33:10. It said, the counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thought of his heart to all generations. Now I was thinking about just another mention where Herod trying to kill the baby and I was trying to survive and did what fulfilled prophecy, just like the same thing in Egypt when they knew that Moses was coming. You know, they multiplying, they try to kill all the newborn baby boys. But Moses still, did his thing and did what? Fulfilled prophecy. So,
going back to the point what the man about Moses, because they understand that. That's why he was even in the law. That's why it's going to talk about kill everything that pisses against the wall. And you don't want to leave. It's going to talk about that. You leave one of the such thyself, you behind the revenger. And it's like he never left. If you paraphrasing, because if you leave the son, right, you kill off all the adult males. You leave a son, a young son. He gonna grow up and resent you. He gonna try to rise his people up and take you back over, man. That's part of the reason why the Egyptians was killing them, the young Israelite born babies, man. They didn't want a savior figure to rise up, man. That's why Esau comes. That's why he's doing what he's doing right now, for moving our people's minds. All right, he got the 187 clinics. All right, et cetera, et cetera. Why? Because he didn't want this to happen. He didn't want Israelite men to come with this truth, man. All right,
But neither do our people.
That's right.
You read in the time of Hawad, the Hawashah, during the ancient Pagan Roman Empire, right, when our Lord and Savior was born, when you read back in the second chapter, you can talk about that, talk about Abraham, go back to the two. It's like right around the top when he was feared or he trembled or something like that. Because these Edomites, they know their future.
Hey, it's Matthew 2 and 3. It says when Herod the king had heard this Matthew 2 and 1. Now when YAHWASHI was born in Bethlehem, Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east, saying, where is he that is born king of Jews?
Right, because they knew about the, because the Israelites, they was preaching that. Yeah, exactly.
And that's what the whole Herodian dynasty is about.
Yep.
The same thing. It's nothing new. It's the same thing today. You got Amalek and Iran saying they're the chosen people right now.
This verse let's say verse 2. It says, saying, where is he that is born king of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him.
And Salaki, that was the wise men. Salaki, that was speaking right there. Go ahead. Read that part again.
It said, when Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him.
Right. So he was troubled, and other, Israelites. Because you had 3 tribes that were still in the land during that time of YAHWASHI. You had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. That's what the scripture talk about. He cast down the third part of the stars. Was that Revelation 3rd chapter? Oh, it's a lock, yeah. Right. Revelation 12th chapter. But go ahead. So you had certain Jakes, Salaki, that was disappointed about the return of the Savior.
Yeah, they was considered. They had that agreement, that pact, saying certain little benefits being under the Roman Empire. They was cool with that, man. That's what he was talking about. They should take away our seat, our place in nature.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're doing this man doing pretty good.
And they said that we had no king to see. So those type of individuals that, like the motherfuckers who be siding with this are sellouts.
The same ones who sided with Antiochus, man. Is that right? They get police exercise, license to do the courts of the Hebrew, the same Israelites, there's always back. The same spirits come back and do the same thing, man, over and over again.
That's the spirit I was watching. I was listening to a video. Zombie going into it. He was even talking about Jake in the wilderness when they were scoffing Moses, saying that cucumbers and all of that. And he made a point to saying, because when being a slave, it's benefits that come with that. And Jacob wanted to give up those benefits for being a slave. But to say,
the good slave. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a particular type of slave. You can't just be because Kyrie Irving, he is a slave, right? And certain individuals who come up against this devil, and they ain't even coming for the stand for the truth. YAHWASHI, right? Like Kanye West. Well, he was coming up, but he wasn't coming into 100% truth. He a nigga, right? That's why the Heavenly Father gave him to do that shit. He should have left the scriptures to the prophets. The apostle and the Millstone. Right. They should keep getting money and being a secret disciple. But you take it upon yourself, so now you use him as an example. You got to be a particular type of nigga, man. Right? Well, that's another example. Big camera. They'll do what? They'll strip you of your what's the word called? Status, reputation, all that, man. If you're not in alignment with their agenda, if you ain't pushing what they want you to push, it's a problem with you, right? So that's why, go ahead, bro.
Say that at the point they always demonize to make you seem crazy, especially because when they truth and what they do is it makes you bow to Amalek. You know what I'm saying? or bug you out and bring another type of doctrine into it, like they did with Kyrie Irving. What were they trying to say that we were doing? It's like this game.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what they'll do. They'll try to, it's like a smear campaign or a character assassination. Character assassination, that's what these devils do. You know? That's what these devils do. Because it was even talk about that when he was in the Battle of London. He was going to, he had, I forget who it was, Alexander. Yeah, he was making up all that shit about Xerxes the First, Xerxes the Great, and then he had all the money. He initiated the campaign to go against Greece, the Persian Greco, the conflict. But he was doing that shit, man. What the scriptures say that? Psalm 64. They shoot his arrows even with a word. So that's what they do. They assassinate your character first before they come to you. Right? Oh, you got it.
This is Psalm 62 and verse 4. It says they only consult to cast him down from his excellency.
Right, so yeah, they take counsel to cast us down from our excellency. What is the excellency? They're living Israelites. YAHWASHI. Wisdom, understand the knowledge of the scriptures. They don't want that, that's what they're trying to do. Casting the throat. Right? They don't want you to be in that type of mind frame that you will rule them, you don't rule them, take them over. No, they don't want that.
It says they only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies.
They delight in lies. They take pleasure in lies, man. Yo, they put a smile on their face when they tell a lie. Niggas believe it. They laugh at that shit. That's why they got the memes and stuff like that. The Edomite is a group of niggas in suits and ties. They laughing about some shit like that. They said something about Israel, right?
It says they delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly Salah. That's what they do, man, because Esau in the modern time, like they're trying to come up, certain squadrons, they're trying to come up and act like whether they're trying to get us on the right track, come back to some fuck Christ. You guys are not teaching the gospel. I'm like, no, but really his mind is like, I have to defranchise y'all. Y'all on the right track. Whatever Esau's trying to get you away from, that's how you know you hot, man. If Esau supports you, you cold, man. And that whole Egyptology stuff, Esau don't have no problem with that. Esau he ain't gonna dedicate a whole channel on trying to get Jake to stop worshiping Egypt and come back to Christianity, man. Right. But he has a problem with this, Walker. This is the truth, man. That's how you know we're red hot. This is sauna, man. Yeah, it's burning him up.
You know you barking up the right tree.
That's right, yeah.
You know you're getting closer and closer with, starting to LC Positive and Millstone. He had 100% truth. Right. But even like people who just like on a lower level with so-called truthers or trying to get some gain some type of knowledge of what's going on, they try to silence that. They want to delete videos. They want to keep people from spreading this thing out because, like you say, you're getting closer and closer to learn that truth, man. And that's the importance of signs and the prophets, man. That's what a family of the words going to come. Pursuing the Amos 8:11 because they don't want this word to continue to live, man.
Let me grab Revelation 11 because this is all prophecy, man. It's prophesied that we will come back in our feet. And this is Revelation 11, verse 8. It says, and their dead bodies, who's the there? It's talking about the Israelites, man, 12 tribes. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. All right? And the great city is talking about North America, which is Babylon the Great, man. And it's talking about physically dead? No. Okay, this verse is talking about spiritually dead. Us walking. Look at Jake, man. Look on social media, look at Israelites, man. Exactly. The spirit's gone, bro. Jake, but hey, that's the spirit said that about you. That Esau laughs when Jake believes their lies. Jake, bro, I was watching this video earlier, man. It's some random Jake on YouTube. He think he's so smart, break it down, because see millions of years ago, this and that. The earth ain't millions of years old, but see, they're trapped in the wisdom of Esau. They don't look at things from the truth or perspective of the scriptures. They filter everything through Esau lens, man. They're blinded by the God of this world. So that's what it means by we're experiencing death. Yeah. This is the worst place for Jake, bro. Jake ain't destroyed nowhere else like here, man. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, man. All right, that's a cut because they always try to buck up against Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring them to Egypt again upon the ships. It said there's a spiritual Egypt, man. So we were in physical Egypt back then, all right, during the first Exodus. But guess what? It says it's going to be a spiritual Egypt, man. What it says, what spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, man. Why is it called Sodom? Look at America, man. Okay, the so-called alphabet people, they got power in the society, man. You all well, guess what? You just had that NBA player that got fined $40,000 because he said no homo. So because they said as a derogatory term, you're insulting them like it's bad. So that's an example of how this place is Sodom. And these sodomites got
Right there was this Edomite. He was in high school, right? He got like kicked out of school
and arrested.
and arrested because he came back the following day and they arrested him for trespassing because he said in the class when they were speaking about a biology class when they were speaking about genders, he said there's only two genders, male and female, bro. He got fucking kicked out of the school.
That's
They
wicked,
said he
man.
can't come back until he recant that statement. He came back to school the next day without taking it back. They arrested him and charged him with fucking trespass. So that's another example, bro, of this place being spiritually Sodom and Egypt, man.
Right.
Cause, bro, this place is spiritually and morally, bro. It got the same type of spirit. Cause what was going on in ancient Egypt, man? The same type of shit. You know, degeneracy,
That's right. Moral decay.
moral decay, right?
It says in Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. They completely crucified our Lord YAHWASHI here. YAHWAH, YAHWASHI. Even tells you that in Revelation 13 chapter, he shall blaspheme the Lord, his name, his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven.
Right, yeah, because the word crucify means to X out or to cross out. The big cross of YAHWASHI out of our minds, because this is how you know. When you go to what, like the Lost Lunar Stones, the Decalogues, and you got, what's that other stone they found in Mexico? The Rosetta Stone, and this different stones with the actual name of the Paleo Hebrew or the Heavenly Father, Yahweh on there. We even knew the names when we came over here, man. But they stripped us of that. You know, we did well, that was the prophecy. It's going to tell you.
They crucified our Lord's mission. Because, like, Lord YAHWASHI was preaching, we preach, man, about the kingdom being restored to the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, about us being dominion over our enemies, man. That's what YAHWASHI preached. They teach you the so-called Jesus Christ. The Lord came back to save everybody, man.
Yeah,
all you gotta do is say you believe in so-called JC and you good.
Oh yeah, because we were talking about a good big at a house nigga, right? I was watching Birth of the Nation yesterday. You know what I'm saying? You had that nigga Nat Turner. He was on some spiritual. They don't want you to be a spiritual individual. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's the spirit of Satan. That's the only type of individual who want you to be a dismal, just a influential, bugged out nigga that don't think, man. You know? But I was watching the movie Nat Turner, man. You know, and Jake was reading the scriptures. You know, and remember they had beat him because he started coming to the realization that, hold on, man. And he told him, he was like, every scripture they use to oppress us, it's a scripture talking about our liberation and us getting out of here. You feel me? Bro, they don't like Israelites. They don't like Jakes like that.
It's scary, bro. It's scary to see a Jake in the right mind, bro. Even with brothers, when they see Israelites, most Israelites in the right mind, getting along in the same mind on one accord, okay, no confusion, no bickering amongst themselves. That's a scary sight, bro. They hate seeing Israelite men like that, man. They comfortable with seeing you hating your brother. Okay, you talking about, we're gonna stop.
Then you ain't worried about them.
That's right.
That's why they take the attention off of them. That's why they off the true enemy and take the attention off them. Right?
They don't like it when we have that mindset of being like, no, fuck the nation, bro. You tell it to their face, they come up and be like, well, can so-called white people be saying no? You're going to slavery, look at the sign, the camp sign, tell you, bro. So they don't like that, man, because they understand there's no loophole for you to get in this. They're going to be like, no, man, you can make it like, no, man. It's not. We're concerned about our people, and even the ones of our people who can't get this, fuck them too, man. And you in the mindset of the enemy, man, you ain't siding with us, man.
That's nothing they don't realize. We're not saying all our people are going to be delivered, man. We're saying 12,000 each of these 12 tribes, man. That's still less, man. Along with the large multitude, that 1/3. The other two parts of our people will cut off, man.
And it's back in Revelation 11 and 9. And they are the people in kindreds and tongues and nations, so I'm talking about all the heathen nations, all the nations outside of Israel, shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half. All right, so they're going to see us like we just went into this, us being spiritually dead, not knowing who we are, not knowing what our power is, not understanding how we got in this situation in the first place and how to get out of it. All right, not knowing the solution, that 3 days and a half, that's the 3.5 prophecy, man, the period of 350 years. All right, roughly 1619 to 1969. All right, unless it's being, Jake was just born, bro, having no idea. We knew he was in slavery. We didn't know what was going on, man. Okay, even even you go back to like the 1920s, they couldn't break down the little okay, look, we Israelites who went off, we sin, so the person upon us. We is no we black, we white.
Yeah, we brought low, bro. We brought low. You know, to fulfillment of the prophecies.
Right.
Of us discontinuing us from our inheritance. It's also prophecies about us returning to our heritage. Right. Hey, because you got something known in Israel, Salaki, David got it called the Great Return.
Yeah.
Great Migration, something like that. The year return. That's what they refer to it as. The year return. It was recently. But it was the Palestinians or some of those, the Palestinians that said that they was Israel, from Israel or something, they got their land took from something like that. But the year return. So that's the time we in right now. We're returning to who we are according to the Holy Scriptures.
It says it shall not suffer the dead bodies to be put in graves.
You know what? They ain't gonna tell us the truth. The fact that we the Israelites, man. They was gonna put that lie to rest, man.
They indoctrinate you in the school system. They teach you that so-called black people just found the sky and get smuggled to slavery, and then that's just it.
Yeah, they teach you about so-called black people's evolved from primates.
Yeah.
That's what they teach you. They teach you that we evolved from primates. We talk about one of the smartest people, well, the smartest people on the earth, man. When it comes to like inventions, when it comes to everything, man, whether it's art, whether it's music, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's professional sports, we the best at everything. You telling me we migrated, evolved from primates, from apes.
When it comes to ruling the earth, that's another chief thing they did to cut us off. They cut us off from our history of the great men, our forefathers. That's why he had to whitewash the images, bro. Because he had to cut us off from that legacy, man. So that's why Jake has nobody to look to. Okay, as an example, okay, the Israelite men with authority. You know what I'm saying? Ruling the earth. So that's why Jake, their mind is just stuck with being a slave.
They thought they was a slave. Yeah. Well, the scripture says, is Israel the servant? Is he a homeboy slave?
Why is it spoiled?
I'm about to say this, man. That's what you were saying about how the Lord brings us back to our heritage. Nowadays, everybody, and they does, they Israelites.
Verse Revelation 11 and 10, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them. So the heathen, they was happy to see us go down.
Yeah, right. When you read Lamentations 2nd chapter, we talk about it. They clap their hands, right? This is what they look for. We have found it, we have seen it. So when we went into slavery, everybody was rejoicing, man. You know? Now, we got the scripture where they speak about the controversy of Zion, right? He said it's a controversy now. Who the people of the Lord are. 50 years ago, people wasn't talking about who the people of the Lord are, who the true people of the Lord. They ain't got this whole big controversy in 2023.
That's right.
We got this whole big controversy on who the real people of the Lord are. And it's gonna be manifest who the people of the Lord are, according to the scriptures, man.
It says, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another.
Yeah, the gifts was us.
Right.
So that's what they did during the time of slavery. They'll give you as a gift to another plantation owner. Maybe they cousin, maybe they brother. Right. That's what they did to us, right? Right. Even when you watch the movie Birth of a Nation, when Nat Turner, right? Remember he sent them over there to the other thing, to the other plantation, to preach. To preach to those jakes, bro. But it's another one that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of 12 Years a Slave with Solomon Northup. Remember they sent him over there to play the violin? So that's an example. Just give you an example, bro.
Because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. That's talking about the northern and southern kingdom, man. Right. And we had these nations in subjection, we had them in order. They were ruling, except for the spirit. I just mentioned that our forefathers ruling. Okay, during the time of King David, especially during the time of King David, man, they was getting down on these Edomites, all these heathens.
Everybody was in subjection.
That's right, man. It says, makes a point, because now when it's something in Revelation 11 and verse 11, and after 3 days and a half, that period of 350 years, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them, man. That's the point we're at now, man. It's scary when you might see us out here preaching this word, man. Knowing who we are, being in our right minds, man. Telling they about to go down, all right? That's horrible. Like, bro, the apostles always bring out the testimony. And brothers know I'm going to. You might have rolled up with the limousine and looked at the signs. It was like, yo, how do you know this, man? You paying millions and millions of dollars, we not find this out. They give you a culture to know, so that way you don't seek the scriptures and find out who you are. They can play right through history. That was the prophecy, man.
And then they'll put it in your face like his brother was talking about that shit from South Park. Did y'all see that recently?
I see a clip. I
with
saw
the clip with the clip of South Park with the kid, this nigga named Cartman, or I forget his name, man. The little fat one.
Yeah, you got it right. You got to say it right, Cartman. Yeah.
He was talking to a JK class. He was like, he was telling him like, why are you so cool with this other guy? Because the other guy in their class was a so-called Jew. He was an Edomite. He was like, didn't you know that the black people are the real Jews and stuff like that? Bro, it was on multiple scenes on South Park. And even when you go in these movies, like what those movies called back in the day, the like period pieces. No, not period pieces. Like the westerns and shit. It was one movie where the dude, it was a Gadite or Reubenite, a Northern Kingdom Jake. He walked up to the Edomite daughter. He was like, Shalom Aleichem. And then he was like, oh, nah. He's like, I told you, why you saying Shalom Aleichem? He was like, oh, nah. And then he was saying he ain't a Jew, but the Edomite was like, well, yes, it is true that the 10 tribes of the natives in this are the lost tribes of Israel. He was telling them that shit. So they're dangling in your face.
Yeah, I remember there's another one in Family Guy. I remember they had a scene with Peter on them and all the Edomites. And when he got Cleveland, Jake, and basically it was all sin right there. And basically they had Peter as YAHWASHI, so to speak. And it was like, before the night's over, when you going to betray me? And then they all looked at Jake because he spoke, we're identified as a criminal. What did he say? He said, I don't know why everybody's looking at me. I'm the only one whose color is supposed to be.
Oh,
so I'm like, bro, but they were all wrestling with the Israelites, but he was the one Israelite in there, bro. So on the Sunday, they know, man. They're putting in all these different TVs and little nuggets and movies, etc.
Keeping it in good times. So good times.
Oh, yeah, God.
Good times. And two, Fred and Sanford. Sanford and son. Remember, because he was on there. He was a real Jew.
Hey, bring that verse back home. So you got to bring Revelation 11. And this is Revelation 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet.
Right, so the 3 days and a half came during around, what, 1960s, in the mid-60s, late 60s, right, with our witness and the commandment keepers, right? They was going into the scriptures before that. You know what I'm saying? But our witness, he broke off and started going into the New Testament. That's what separated him from his forefathers. All right, so
just added to what the brother's saying, 350 years after the Southern Kingdom went into captivity here in Americas,
right,
around 1619, 1622.
It says, they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them with sorrow.
Right, so this is an example of us standing upon our feet.
The brother got to go with that, but that's right. Yeah, like the brother said, this is a prime example of us standing up on our feet, right? We wake. Go ahead. No, I said the Lord woke us up, man. You see what I'm saying? And here it is. We now proclaiming that we are the chosen people, the Lord's children that the Bible speaks of, man, the Israelites.
And then see these devils, they know it's gonna be a physical confrontation between us and them. Because that's the type of mind frame you in when you stand up. You basically go until you come back to who you are. You come back to that when you follow YAHWASHI, you stand up. The Lord said we were a great army, bro. That's what the Heavenly Father referred to us as. I want to really use
that. The Spirit we was talking about that earlier concerning Moses and why they was killing the Israelite boys. Why? Because when we have eventually a son be born, okay, most of them men, he'll give people the right mind frame. He was the mindset of liberating people. That's the mindset we're in. We're saying, look, we have a king. YAHWASHI will come liberate us, man. Like you said, they know that it's going to get physical.
They try to do that with our Lord.
That's the Spirit we mentioned earlier.
Yeah. I was going over it in the Revelation 12 chapter. You mind to brother get the scripture?
Oh, yeah.
Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Which we believe through the reincarnation is what the brother just mentioned, our Bivens. Okay? Elijah the prophet. John the Baptist.
Well, he came back, it's right. John, right? All right? John the Baptist, YAHWASHI's cousin, right? And then that was in the time during YAHWASHI. They thought that was going to be the last days, right? We got that scripture going into, but it had to be fulfilled that we was going to come to the uttermost part of the earth. So,
who cares if you don't believe, man? got heathens like talking about Elijah came back and talked. Like, bro, it's just not funny, bro. This is far above your head, bro. You don't know what's going on, bro. Exactly. You fucking Edomite, bro. I'm tired of these Edomites. I'm like, bro, I don't give about that. I'm like, bro, don't talk to me. Bro, you a fucking loser. You an Edomite, bro. This is not for even like, bro. Even if you say, look, I believe everything you're saying, it will make no difference. You're still going to slavery.
Hey, the scriptures say that wisdom is too high for a fool, all right? But even like that elder Apostle Hawad did a lesson talking about how he helps us more than it hurts you because it proves our point. Keep going, get the next verse.
Malachi chapter 4 and verse 6. He shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers.
Right, heart is going to the Hebrew word law, which means your mind. So he was going to turn the minds of the Israelites back to the mind of the Heavenly Father. How about Shabbat Shah?
That's it. And that was just to substantiate the verse that the brother just read. All right. And from there, we entered into their labors. You see it now, this truth, look how much it's flourished.
I was going to continue on the next verse in Revelation. Because with this preaching, there's another side. This is not the end. Revelation 11:12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Which that inventory thing goes as well. Here's Messiah, the fifth chapter. Okay, our enemies in a second. Our enemies gonna behold us, man. That cloud is talking about the chair. They gonna see us get being done. And that's when it's going on. Like you mentioned, the consequences of Zion. That's when all the consequences will put to rest. Look at like, damn, they are the Israelites, man. Damn, but look at them. Ain't no Israelites being beat up. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna be like, damn, we know we're going to slavery now.
Right, you might have what looks to be
exactly.
or appear to be an Edomite or so-called Chinese or white Ammonite being beat up, but that's because their spirit, right, their bloodline, their lineage go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
We're like the heathen who've been scattered, man.
That's it, we were scattered, right, that's right.
The diaspora of Israel. Right.
It's Zephaniah 3 and 19. It said, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame.
Right, so the Lord said He gonna undo all that afflict you. Right, so that's what the Heavenly Father doing now, breaking down all these Edomite empires, these Edomite infrastructures, right? The Heavenly Father tearing all these systems down, right? Okay, hey, that's the spirit, because I be doing like word and shit. I was like, yeah, everybody doing that, bro. It's a lot of people doing that shit, bro.
It's a gig, basically.
Yeah. 2 years. Damn, I'm like, whoa, bro.
Yeah. You know, these are signs of the time. You know, people, they don't have many jobs here. The scriptures say that there should be no work for Egypt, you know, that they shall do. Well, the point is, he said that they were driven out. The Lord going to redeem us.
Right. He said we're going to undo all these that afflict you. So that's Esau and all these nations. That's why the Lord just said that historic, biblical earthquake. You know, biblical proportions earthquake, man. You know what I'm saying? They said that earthquake, they ain't had no earthquake similar to that in like 8 years. That's like a whole century, bro. Because the Lord is about to start bringing those catastrophic judgments back to the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we killed a lot of people, like the verse says something was 20,000. So the Lord started killing people like that.
The spirit said that in the lesson, I'm like, but the spirit, the brother's been saying that. It gets to a point where the Lord started killing, because judgment goes on all the time. Shootings, etc., car accidents. Then it gets to a point where the Lord killed 50, there's hundreds, there's thousands. That was the point where it's 20,000 at one time. And it's still counting. It may end up being like 40,000 once they find all the bodies. But then it gets to the point where it's like killing hundreds of thousands and millions. Think about when the Lord destroys America with a thermonuclear judgment. Now, that's hundreds of millions of people, bro.
That's what I was just about to say. In my head, I was thinking, when you put it into perspective, there's billions with a B of people on the planet Earth. Right. You know, and the scriptures say in the book of Ezra, what is it, 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, about how this world be made for many, but the word will come for few. Right. The Lord is about to annihilate a lot of you individuals, man. You see, the scriptures talk about a small sanctuary and how few shall be saved. You know, that means a lot of judgment has to happen, you know, in order for that to happen.
I'm about to say too, death, that shows you it's no avoiding the judgment of the Lord too, because you might have to be like, all right, well, you all this chaos happened, I'm gonna be somewhere hot, and when the Lord make an earthquake happen, and smash your ass in the house.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So there's no escaping the judgment. What you got?
All right, I got a scripture real quick.
Go ahead.
This Psalms chapter 9, verse 7. It's like Psalms chapter 91, verse 7. It said, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000
He's gonna find just because that's a great example. You know what I'm saying? Brother going into the judgment, right? This is snag and flavor.
No, I got it. This Psalms chapter 91 and 5. Psalms 91 and I want to read it in NLT. NLT. Right. I got it. Psalms 91 verse 1. It says, security of the one who trusts in the Lord. So that's what it said in the blue letter. At the heading of the chapter, it says security of the one who trusts in the Lord. So who trusts in the Heavenly Father? All ye elect, right? Trust is synonymous with faith, right? So this Psalms 91 and 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Right? And what is the secret place of the Heavenly Father? The scriptures, man, right? This wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Because the Heavenly Father said in Amos, the 3rd chapter, get Amos 3, real quick, to identify the secret place of the Heavenly Father. Because everybody not initiated to enter into these private quarters, man. You know, it's like a private headquarters. You can't get in. You gotta have certain security clearance to get into this understanding. Right. Go ahead.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 7. It says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth the secret unto his servants the prophets.
Right. What are the secrets of the Heavenly Father? Prophecies. Right? What the Heavenly Father intend to do to this place, and what the Heavenly Father intend to do to these people. Because people in America, bro, they think shit's safe. You don't see that shit happen in Turkey, motherfuckers won't bat an eye. You hear me? Motherfuckers won't bat an eye, bro. You hear me? Lord, what? Right, motherfuckers be mourning. Everybody putting up on social media, pray for this. You know, because I ain't noticed that either, bro. I don't be on social media like that anyway. But you know, every time some type of judgment from the Heavenly Father comes, you will have people put hashtag pray for Turkey, pray for this, pray for that. That was all the judgment of the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father, God of the Bible did that. Yeah, you Israelites, we the Israelites. Salaki, brothers. Oh, I was reading. Who read that? Amos? Salaki.
I'm about to say too, and what's so cold about that, the secret place of the Most High is right here in front of everybody.
Yeah, let's hear that play aside. You still reading? No.
I'm reading Salaki. Psalms 91 and 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. We know the shadow is what? Right? Well, the shadow is talking about the chariots, right, in this verse. But of course, it is a refuge, like the brother said. It's like a shelter, you know, a hiding spot. It says, verse 2,
Because, well, yeah, I just want you to breeze through it. But the point is, though, I just breeze through it. Isaiah 26, tell you what, that enter into thy chambers until the indignation be overpassed. You know, and so, hide thyself as it were for a little moment. You know, and the point is, the Israelites in particular, the elect of Israel, all right, the Heavenly Father is going to shield from this destruction. Just like Noah in the time of that flood with the ark. And he said he sealed the door, okay? He was shielded from that destruction. And everyone that doubted, that was pretty much unfaithful, they doubted their unfaithfulness. Okay? So likewise now, as we're coming into a time with the great judgment, dealing with the second death, this time being by missiles, by fire instead of by flood, all right? The Lord is going to deliver his elect, man. And that's what our hope is, okay? Was you Papa Bashar? Getting out of Psalms 91. Yeah, 5. That's the point. I was going to have the brother preach through real hard.
So at the top.
No, 2 verse 2.
This Psalms 91 chapter 91 and verse 2. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge.
He is my refuge, the Lord, YAHWAH. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe, man. The Lord is our refuge. When you, hey, real quick, look up the definition of refuge. Brother said like shelter, protection, all right? Because you got what's known as a refugee, right?
You got something known as the city of refuge.
Yeah, the city of refuge.
Because that was something going into the law. If somebody, you know what I'm saying, kill somebody in an accident, like an Israelite kill somebody. So he have a city of refuge that they can flee to. You know what I'm saying? He had to stay there for a particular time till it died out and shit like that. Or the family members would be justified in taking vengeance upon him. You know what I'm saying? If he came out of the city of refuge, before his time, that's the law.
It says refuge, it says shelter or protection.
Right, shelter or protection, right. If you read in the NLT, that's what it says. They say the word shelter.
It says shelter or protection from danger, assistance, and distress.
That's it. That's right. Assistance in distress, man. So the Lord is going to be our refuge, our assistance in the time of great distress, man. That's coming upon the earth. And you got to understand, man, we talking about a time of cannibalism. We talking about a time of lawlessness, man. These people out here don't know about YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI. So therefore, they don't adhere to the laws and the commandments of YAHWASHI. These people gonna be like fucking brute beasts in that thing, man. You see, and we want to be protected and shielded from all of that mess.
NLT, it says my place of safety.
Right.
Psalms 91, chapter 91 and verse 2 in NLT, it says, this I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my power, and I trust in him.
Go back to the
This Psalms 91 and 3, back in King James, it says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust.
And so there it is, man. What's a fowler? A fowler is an individual who sets traps for birds. And we, the Israelites, have been likened it to a bird, right? A speckled bird. But what's another one? What's another one I'm thinking of? A speckled bird is one. There's another one that I'm thinking of. How we liken it to birds. But the fact of the matter is, man, they trying to set a trap for us, man. As we gonna go into it just a moment because the spirit didn't have it come out at the time. We're gonna go into it. This man trying to set a trap for you Israelites, man. He's trying to cause you to fall into a snare. He set a trap before you, and here it is, all people blindly, about to walk right into that trap. That's what we out here for, man. I'm telling you, look, don't trust this Edomite. The scripture say, never trust thine enemy. He's trying to put his way within you. Okay? Dealing with that sea hip. He's trying to put his way within you, man. Go ahead.
It says, his truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Yep.
Thou
That's what we trust in, man. This truth, these words, man. All right, the whole road, okay? That's what's going to be our shield and a buckler. If you ever seen the movie 300, they had the spear as a weapon, and they had that big-ass shield that the Elder Malcolm likened it to a buckler, okay? It's similar, okay? Go ahead.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that followeth by day.
That's verse 5?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, man. See, we ain't going to be afraid of these things. Why? Because our trust is in YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI. The scriptures say that of the Lord belong the issues of death. So unless the Lord sanctions for you to perish, hey, man, the Lord can bring you through anything. Look at our forefathers. Look at Hananiah, Mishael, and what's the other one? Azariah. Okay? How the Lord, he said, hey, didn't you deliver 3 men into this fire? I see 4. You see what I'm saying? You see, and they have their hair wasn't burned, or it wasn't sin, it wasn't no smell of smoke on them, man. The Lord delivered them, man. Look at us.
We're not 100% elect, but we're showing in the book, right?
Yeah. You see, the Lord can pull different men from all different walks, man. No matter what your background is, and they can bring you into doing this work. Look at Paul, man. He's searching for Stephen to be taken by this, to be killed, man. And he made him a servant of his. So the fact he said this is a servant of mine. I'm kind of butchering that scripture. Yeah, YAHWAH. He's a chosen vessel. YAHWAH. You know what I'm saying? And so he was set up to do the work, man. Okay? And likewise we. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
So bring back 5.
Verse 5, it says, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night.
Yup, we ain't gonna be afraid for the terror by night, man. You know what likes to happen at night? This devil like to make moves at night. Man. You know what I'm saying? You know, people like to do a lot of wickedness in the covering of darkness too. And perils of robbers, their own people. And then also dealing with these devils, man. They're gonna try to make a move on our people. Go ahead.
Nor for the arrow that followeth by day,
Yeah.
for the pestilence that walketh in darkness.
He said, Lord, for the pestilence.
It's like it. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness.
Right, because you can't see these diseases. You know what I'm saying? We riding around, see people with this mask on, still be seeing that shit. You know what I'm saying? In the car by themselves. But the fact that you can't see it, man. You can't see none of these different journals with your people, man. You see what I'm saying? The pestilence that walk in darkness, man. But our trust and hope is that the Lord got us. Just like during the past 2 years ago, dealing with the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? We were still out here, man.
I wasn't walking around.
But you really had people nervous. You had people really fucking shook, man. Why? Because they ain't got faith in YAHWASHI, man.
Right.
Okay? Go ahead.
It says, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday, man. All right? That's going into what? The missiles, the destruction. All right? Right before this Edomite man think that he's about to fulfill his agenda. Okay? And yeah, exactly. Fill his belly. You see what I'm saying? The Lord is going to strike him through. See? And right when he think he's about to reach the pinnacle, the peak of his power. Go ahead.
Verse 7, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand.
Yeah, and that's he said, because the brother was going to the amount of people that was being the Heavenly Father was sending to the spirit world. And he was going into how that number is going to increase immensely in the times that we covered into, man. So read it again.
Verse 7, and 1,000 shall fall at thy side.
1,000 people, man. You hear me? The Heavenly Father might have you look at fire and sword, because that's what Esau do. When you look at like history, because they got, I'm gonna speak good about this bit right now, the Holocaust, right? They fucking dig a trench in the back. They look at dig a trench, a huge trench, bro. Look at 12 feet deep, 12 feet long, type shit like that. Stand people in front of them. People machine guns, bro. More than ass down. Hey, because the Heavenly Father, they have you in a situation like that where you don't even get hit. Like those niggas who shot at Sakari, they ain't even get hit.
That's story maybe a Birmingham about how all the houses in the neighborhood got burned down.
Oh yeah, that was spirit. I had a heavy vision where I was in a neighborhood in this house, and it was a full neighborhood, fully functional, fully normal, and then there was a bunch of mercenaries coming through and setting the house on fire, scorching wall, and then all the house was burned. The house I was in was on fire, and then when I passed out from hitting all the smoke and so on and so forth. And then when I woke up, the house I was in was all charred and burnt up. And I walked outside, and all the house was burnt down to the ground. Only when I was there was still things dead. I was in a vision I had that.
That spirit of God, I agree with what you said that though, in fact, the Lord had delivered you out of a situation that's impossible.
Hey, remember the dream Brother Mike Allah had about the missile and how it stopped right by the house? Yeah, just paused like the Lord, bro. You can't put the YAHWASHI in a box, man. All right, go ahead.
You may really be in a situation, you like, man, that is it.
The Lord, the scriptures say what? With man, nothing is possible. But when YAHWASHI all things are possible. So you gotta understand, He's in control of everything, man. The Father is spirits, and He's in control of all the elements, man. You see, a miracle is, brother. That is a miracle. Yeah, that's a miracle. Was that it?
Just finishing off the Psalms chapter 91 and verse 7, it says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side.
Right, so a lot of people going to die, man. Okay? And we going to be witness to it. It's like 70 AD. It's 70 AD 2.0, right? And it's going to be more intense. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be harder to bear.
There's going to be another monumental time in Israel's history.
And bro, if you think about it like this, in 70 AD, they had no Gatling guns, bro. These motherfucking guns shooting 1,000 rounds a second type shit, bro. They had no, they had no, because you read about Revelation 9 chapter about they told him 5 years with the guns, wearing the red, wearing the he went there with the shotgun, shoot niggas. It's so sophisticated now. That's the point that I'm making. You feel me? The technology, the weaponry that these devils possess. So there's gonna be a lot of people dying, man. Droves of people dying off of, you know what I'm saying?
And 10,000 at thy right hand.
10,000 at thy right hand. Keep going.
But it shall not come nigh thee.
It shall not come nigh thee. Right. Because I trust that is and our refuge is in YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, man. You see?
That's right.
Hey, the brother, real quick, got a precept for you. Y'all got it back. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to the time, no, nor ever shall be. Yeah, to this time, man, no, nor ever shall be. Great tribulation, man. It's coming upon the planet Earth. If you can't see that by now, you asleep, man. You know, the scripture say, now is high time to awake out of sleep, but now is our salvation nearer than what we believe, man. You know, we almost stopped this bitch, man. But simultaneously as the salvation comes, it's going to be a great destruction. Go ahead.
Yeah, because earlier I read Joel 2:1. I want to get the next verse because it matches what the brother brought out. And this is Joel 2:2. This goes into the nuclear destruction. It says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people in the strong, the side of the mist. They have not been.
The older brother, St. Benji said, what? You know, people ain't just little. You got a body, you got people living with it, you got people living with humans, you got just any collective group of individuals or things together to make up a people. Like you said, that's what to the mystery.
It says, there have not been ever the like.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, man. Yeah. About the technology, right? This is modern technology. There's nothing like this. These Edomites, they didn't possess this type of technology, man, until now. Go ahead.
There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations, man.
Because there ain't gonna be no need. Yeah. We gonna need intercontinental ballistic missiles for it to protect them. We gonna have spiritual power. Right. You know what I'm saying? According to the scripture, we gonna have chariots. We ain't gonna need no weapons. We gonna destroy all the weapons. Right. We don't need weapons. When you on Superman, or you like on some 10th Adams or some, you know what I'm saying? What's my other guy? Yeah, right. Well, that's the spirit. The Lord said that. My battle axes and weapons of war. So like the brother said, we are the weapons. Yeah.
Shalom, y'all, bro.
It's like you're the lesson this precept that brought about the fact that this destruction, this time of chaos, there's never been a time like this before, it's never gonna be after. Right. It's the last great and huge calamity that's gonna be on the earth, man.
Second death.
The second death is gonna be, man, stroke. The Lord's gonna kill. That's the spirit we was talking about there earlier, how he saw things in his plan. He was the Lord's man. The Lord's the one who want to get rid of all these people on the earth. Exactly. He looking down on this too many people on the earth, man. All these wicked ass people, like he did, like said in the first death, the flood, man. He's like, man, okay, look, Noah, okay, his real population control. Yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? His wives, and everybody else, man, flood them out, man. The Lord's about to do that, come in that same spirit again, man. Okay, look at America, okay, can save the elect, then destroy everybody else, man. Let them fire.
Right, because a lot of these people, they don't have, see, we coming into a time where people have to pick a side, man. You see, get Revelation 3 and 10, because I really want to bring this out real quick, and I'm going to get it back to and really the 13 and 15. I really want to bring that out too. But the Revelation 12 again, 3 and 10, and then the 13 and 15.
This Revelation chapter 3, verse.
That's what we out here for. To warn our people of what's getting ready to come down the pipe, man. The Heavenly Father set us up to be watching. Okay, as we brought that out earlier, and we trying to warn the flock, man. Go ahead.
This Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast
start at 9.
3 and 9. Behold, I will make them the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie.
Our people in particular. That's what it's referring to. It's manifold. Right? It's manifold dealing with those people that's in our land as well. Yeah, that's how we confirm the scriptures. During that time, that's what YAHWASHI was talking about, man. Right? When the Lord was on the scene over 2,000 years ago, right? He was talking about with the scribes and Pharisees of his own people. So that scripture particularly, just like a lot of scriptures that we use, because the scriptures is for Israel. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's safe seven churches, right?
There you go, yep.
It say, behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Right, because the brother brought out, or you read Zephaniah 3:19 about how where we've been put to shame, the Lord said He'll gather us land in every land. All right? He said He's going to make them know that I have loved them.
That reminds me of the dream that had an after that. He was talking about his cousin. The dream I see actually. I can't really remember, but it was his cousin or something. And he was talking about how he gonna take these bigger than he said in real life, in person, his cousin's smaller than him, and in the dream his cousin was big as him, kind of easy. And he was talking about how he was gonna take the other back because the other back was supposed to be the king over this group of people. This is a king, right? But his cousin was like, he gonna take the other back from him, and he ain't gonna be the king and all that shit. And something happened to where he had to acknowledge the other back was the king. That's what scripture made me think of.
That made me think of Joseph.
Because these false Israelites, they gonna have to come and acknowledge that the Heavenly Father was dealing with particular individuals who they made videos about, who they spoke about, right?
Talking against the apostles over years. All the niggas right, they gonna have to, like you said, they gonna have to acknowledge the truth.
It say, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Now, how are we keeping the word of the Most High's patience? Patience going to what? Suffering, right? You know, we're out here standing upon our feet boldly, right? You know what I'm saying? We're doing the work, making our bodies a living sacrifice. Because we're doing these things and we've been commanded to do, all right? Go out there and fill up the gaps, go into the streets, and probably the first chapter, wisdom found without. Go ahead.
Suffering, going into the suffering, suffering righteous shame for standing for the law of the Heavenly Father. For example, the age that boys become men and girls become women. A lot of people think they have a fault with great Millstone and they try to slander us because of that. That's what the scriptures say. We backing up, we stand on what the scriptures say. That's what exactly
Right.
said.
Because the Heavenly Father said, publish and conceal not. So publish means what? To make public. You know what I'm saying? He said conceal not, meaning you don't hold nothing back. Because you gotta tell it like it is.
What did YAHWASHI say? He said, you will be ashamed of me. He said, when I come with the glory and the angels, etc., I'll be ashamed of you.
All right, it say, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
So here it is, man. The scriptures is telling you about a time that's coming very soon. This is a future prophecy, right? All right, to try everyone that dwell on the earth, man. And it's going to be with that C-hip, that tiny technology that they're trying to put, what you say, with a hypodermic needle. They're trying to use it to put underneath the skin, man. And that's going to be the new way to how you're going to make transactions. The same technology that's in your phone, they got what's known as near field communication. It literally says it, NFC. When you swipe down from the, I can show you. When you swipe down from the, what they call it, the scroll, the taskbar, notification bar, whatever you call it. When you swipe down, it literally says NFC, and that's how people have Samsung Pay, Apple Pay. They just put their phone up to it, and it pays for it. Just like what's in your chip. I mean, what's in your credit card, man. You know what I'm saying? How you can tap it now? Well, that same technology they're trying to put in people, and it's already in a lot of people, man. All right, but they're trying to mandate it to where everyone on the planet is going to have it.
And I got that definition.
So look, and you about to go into it. They're trying to usher in a one world government and currency. You see, the CBDC, all right, central bank digital currency, man. This is what they're trying to do. We are set up to warn our people about what this man is trying to do. And if you conform to it and take it, all right, you're going to be destroyed. So go ahead.
Right, RFID chip.
Yeah.
Radio frequency identification. So that's what it is.
That's in the West.
They want to be like, right, that's in the West. And the East is the NFC, like they want to say it. Because these devils, they want to be like Most High. Right? They want to know everywhere you go. They want to know what you're eating. They want to know what you're buying, with everything.
Because they already do that now. They monitor you. I hate to quote this nigga, but the nigga Bandman Campbell said that years ago. It was like they monitor where spending habits on your debit card. Where you spend and how much you spend and on what. You see what I'm saying? And they what they're going to do with the RFID chip that the brother mentioned, they're going to be on a blockchain type of infrastructure or system meaning everything is going to be monitored from one point to another. You know, okay, you got this much money,
Right,
to
because
this
that's what you do with cattle. That's what you do with merchandise. You feel me? Okay, well, this happened. You gotta keep it. That's what you gotta account for. You know what I'm saying? Just take your secretary. That's what. All right, yeah, we gotta write. So you took one out, took 2 apples. You got a big of green beans. You know what I'm saying?
Inventory.
That's how the brother write the inventory right, and that's why it's known as what? The UPC code. And that's what the site stick will go into. The UPC code, which is known as what? The Universal Product Code. Because really, you're a product. You're a commodity.
And then you can read the CBDC papers and shit and tell you about, like, they don't have people with brackets. Like those lower people can't have more than $1,000 in the bank. They gotta have the CBD. They gotta have we gotta be completely a part of this system. And that's what it is. That's why I said that you're gonna have to eventually pick a side. Either you're gonna serve YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, or you're gonna serve criticize the men. So keep on, get what you got.
This is one of the strongest definitions to that word trap in Revelation 3 and 10. It say Strong's G 4008. It's on Quran, and it say apparently accusative case of an obsolete derivative of peril to pierce. There you go. It's a piercing. It's gonna be a piercing inside your skin.
You can get it in the 13 and 15. You start there.
Yeah, that's what Revelation 3 and 10.
See? And so here it is, man. That's about to be presented upon the planet Earth. Okay, and we've been set up to warn you before these things manifest. Go ahead. So that way, like the scriptures say what? Can't nobody say they didn't know. All right, the scriptures say what? If I am not coming to them, they had not had sin. But now I'm coming to them, they have no hope for their sin. They can't say, oh, how come ain't nobody tell me? All right? Get the blood off our hands, that's right. Get that Revelation. You can get 13 and 15.
As the Lord said before new things spring forth.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
It's heavy because they don't force that philosophy in ways with so many other countries. Look at NATO. It's still from 10, and now you got open to like 28 different countries that's following the same way. You see what I'm saying? You know, the image of they pushing the homosexuality, they set prejudice, all this shit, man. You know?
We just started to the power structures of peace, right? You know what I'm saying? What is it called? The ancient ones, they was what? Germanium major, Germanium minor, Greece,
British,
Spain, and so on and so forth. Right? So read that again.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right. What's the image of the beast? The philosophy, the ideology, right? Everything that these Edomites promote, right? They promote what? Like, we'll give you an example. What's that shit called with the children? They get to have they get the operations. They don't need their parents' permission or something like that.
sex change.
Yeah, that.
Sex reconstruction, which is, I'm gonna be honest, the Edomites were devils.
You know,
They are the worst. They are the worst, and they try to make it seem like they try to take everything that's bad and make it good. They try to flip everything, and I don't like it at all.
When scriptures say that, they go, surely you'll turn the things upside down. It shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Meaning what? They have everything that these devils turn backwards, everything they turn upside down. So they turn the truth into the lie, they turn the lie to the truth. Right. And people think that this is how society is supposed to be, right? So you know you're an Israelite, how you learn you're an Israelite?
Oh, I was just watching videos on YouTube. I was watching some of y'all videos, not y'all videos, but like in other cities and stuff like that. I was just watching it, and I just did a little research. Like a lot of stuff.
Who you
that
watch in particular?
I don't know the names, but it's the Israelites.
So you still waking up in the process of still.
Oh yeah, because a lot of stuff don't make any sense. And it's like they force everything upon us. Like during slavery, they did use the Bible to brainwash us, but they used the Bible for their own benefit to keep us under control.
Well, you got something known as the Bible destruction group, right? And the slave Bible that the brother mentioned, which they took a lot of chapters and books out of that particular Bible that they gave to the slaves. It was only those prosperity scriptures that they left in there. You know? And now we got the Bible for our benefit. Now we got control of the scriptures.
And if you notice too, you know how they were back then. I'm just trying to paint an analogy. We'll get back to this. But if you notice back then, they were the main ones trying to control the narrative and teach, you know, and whatnot. But now, do you see any of them out here doing this work? No, you only see our people on the sign that's actually proclaiming to be the children of the time.
Yeah,
they don't see no Edomites out there.
They only come out here if it's benefiting them. If it's benefiting them in some type of way, if it's to put their kids through college, or if it's to put money in their pocket, they out here. Just like a lot of pastors in church, they don't even be out here. They
like the 311 said, they teach for hire. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but real quick, I want to finish getting this and then y'all understand. But as far as the dealing with the beast, right? That democracy. Let me go down the list. You got democracy. You got religion, idolatry. Okay. Adultery, homosexuality, lies, covetousness, patriotism, and then the financial system, Hollywood and entertainment, that whole Western way. Okay, we're not Muslims, brother. We're Israelites. Murder. Okay, you see, that's an old body. All right. The fact of the matter is, you know, the Lord ain't dealing with them. All right, but the point is, and we're gonna get back to this. Yeah, this is dealing with the image of the beast. And then they mentioned, because you mentioned some of the ancient names and whatnot there, you know, ancient modern names. Keep going, keep reading on.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he called them all, both small and great.
So there's no difference, no distinction. Small, great, don't matter. Go ahead.
Right, and when it said the image is speak, it's speaking through their laws and their legislation and their policies. So that's how because they'll write laws and legislations to protect, you know what I'm saying, the alphabet community, right? Or protect the rights of a child to make a decision when he ain't even got, you know, you don't even know how to think. You know, his mind ain't even developed right, because in this society, they'll tell you that when you're 18, you can make decisions. Oh, well, hell no. People that's 18, their mind ain't developed. Because they got some, you got something known as arrested development, right? So they ain't feeding them the proper information and wisdom in order for their mind to grow and develop. So an 18-year-old, he shouldn't even be he shouldn't have no responsibility. He's really like a 13-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like a 12-year-old. Right. Right? The ancient world is different from today. Look at YAHWASHI. He was raised in the law. Now you can change your gender to non-binary. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be called, if a little kid want to be like, oh, I want to wear the dress. If they father be like, yeah, wear those dress, they'll call child protective services on you. And your child get taken away from you.
Yeah, if you don't
so this is going into the image of the beast and the image of the beast speaking through the philosophy, through the legislation. Right, through all the laws that they write on the books, man. Right. Title 4D. That's the example of the image of the beast speaking. You gotta pay child support, which is under the color law, which is not actual law, right? Not real law, but that's a part of the image of the beast, man. Right. The motherfucker, like that high school teacher, it was a transformer, right? Transformer. Transvestite, and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But he had the big ass, huge titties, bro. This dude was like a shop teacher. He cut wood and he teach niggas how to build birdhouses and shit, right? No, listen, really. This nigga had got some breast implants. These bitches huge as hell, bro. You feel me? Huge as a mother, bro.
Hey, see, that's why I'll just select it, brother.
Go ahead.
That's why this is Babylon the Great. See, this is the land of confusion because only here do they allow that. See, even in the East, they still have some morals to not at all want to agree that. Even the Russians, they Edomites over there, and they not with this mode that this mode
They're not going for it. So that's like in America, they do it so much. Because I seen like in Saudi Arabia and Middle East. I'm sorry.
That's the good thing of peace right there, man. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say too, I seen this one, a brother seen this video. There was a lady, she was on the video talking, she was like, you know, nowadays, you a male, you can identify yourself as a woman, you're a woman, identify yourself as a male, this and that. Then she started saying, okay, so let's say you're a 30-year-old man, can you identify yourself as a baby? Okay, that 8-year-old, I can change your gender and your age.
You can do all that shit, bro.
I want you to keep going, but I want to grab this real quick. This is Deuteronomy 22:5, just because I brought this up. Right? It says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth to a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For
Right,
all that do so,
you got certain comedians of our people, they the ones, bro. I'm talking about even back in the 60s. Even back in the 60s, them niggas was promoting that shit on TV. With like Brother Mitchell's Good Time and what's the other one with Moving On. Yeah, that's the Jeffersons. Oh, the Jeffersons. You know what I'm saying? And all these shows, even before those shows, bro, you had certain like prominent actors, man. They would put wigs on and stuff like that. Promoting that shit, that's a bomb. They breathe against it.
It says Deuteronomy 22:5. It says the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth to a man.
Right.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination to the Lord thy power. And I only brought it up because dealing with the image of the beast that the brother mentioned, the homosexuality, he mentioned the drag queen and all that stuff. You know, only here in the West is this allowed. See, when we set up an hierarchy in the kingdom of heaven, ain't gonna be none of that going on. Ain't gonna be none of that. And if it is, we gonna check it. See what I'm saying? We're gonna nip that in the bud immediately, man. And it's gonna be the other nations that we get because Israel will be perfect in that time. All right? But I just had to bring that out, because that was making a point.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And calls all, both small and great.
When you go to the word causing, it goes into mandatory. So it say he calls it all, meaning he gonna make this mandatory for you to have to go to the right, like they show you in all the MOTB movies, bro. You can look up movies like that on YouTube. On Tubi, on Hulu. They gonna have those low budget films, bro. With the Edomites, they gonna show you. So they have where you gotta go to a particular center. It could be like a re-education center. That's what they gonna call it. You feel me? Go in there. You gotta. Did you get your thing? Right. Did you get your? That's how they be, bro. So that goes into these devils. They gonna put that on their books. It's gonna be a part of their policies. It's gonna be a law. And if you don't follow, if you break that law, it's gonna be consequences. So that's how they're gonna be justified to round people up and throw them in concentration camps, throw them in fucking prison. You know what I'm saying? Without due process. They ain't gonna read you no Miranda rights. All that shit gonna be out the door.
Constitutional rights can be done to women.
That's the main too. People ain't change the system. Only way that you gonna be able to buy something trade is to comply with the Quran. Right. Change the system. That's making. Well, that's causing it. Which means mandatory. That was one of the words that when you go into that definition right there. Right? So they're gonna make it a law. You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to comply. You got something known as comply or die. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he called it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
That's right. You go into the word, it goes back, it has three definitions, right? You got G 5480, which is parabla, right? Which means the cut or the prick, like the brother Bukhari. Oh, okay.
This all draws G 5 480 Quran, it say a stamp and imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or right hand
Hold this real quick.
as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist.
There's more than one. All right. There's multiple. Hold it. I'll skip. Just hold it, my bishop. All right. And what? Like he said, as a badge of the followers. Okay. Because ultimately you're showing who side as far as pledging allegiance to. All right. Which master you prefer to have over you by taking it. Because you already got the blueprint to know not to take it.
Yeah. This is like an indication.
It said, the mark branded upon horses, things, carved, sculpture, graven work.
Because like the elder, what's the brother down there in Miami? The brother lawyer said, man, they're going to carve it into your flesh. See, this is the time that's getting ready to come upon the earth. They're trying to put their weight literally inside your body, man. Go to the origin.
Strong G 5482 Kabraks. And it say appeal or state of Palisade. Appeal or state of Palisade.
Now, when you look that up, well, you can probably add to it. When you look up Palisade, a lot of times, if you Google images, you might see like a wooden fence, you know, and a lot of times it's like a regular stake up and down, but with the point at the top. You see what I'm saying? That's the just to paint a visual. Well, they're going to use a tool that's likened to that. Like the brother was going to read a rampart, the sharpen point, okay? It's going to be literally something that you can use to cut in your body. If you ever been to the doctor and got shots, they use a syringe, right? Well, this is going to be likened to the same thing, but with a larger diameter for the device to go through. See? About the size of grain of rice. Keep going, Doc.
Strauss G.
No, go back.
Keep going. All right, keep going. All right. This is the second definition.
Right? So that's going to be the delivery system. That's how they're going to think of it. Right? That's how they're going to do it. And they showed you multiple videos. Anybody that's saying that they're the MOTP, bro, they just spiritually discerned. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that said it's a spiritual thing, they're spiritually discerned. Because according to the definition and the meanings of the words that you're going into, how the apostles get the elders break it down, man, it's a physical thing. Because that's why the scriptures speak about the grievous sword, right? Revelation 16:2, you're going to a grievous sword, man. Meaning what? A cancerous like sword. You can't get come on. Now that spiritual mark ain't gonna give you cancer. It ain't gonna show a physical sword.
It's sharpened to a point. It says through the idea of scratching. Okay? The brother brought out piercing for the word try. We went into the word karaka. Okay, and now we're going into the word karak, which is the root word of karaka. And there's one more, right? The bottom says what in the strong definition? Through the idea of scratching a stake, i.e. by implication, like you said, a palisade or rampart. Okay? And that's it on that. So go ahead.
The Strong Sheet 1125 grapple. It say to write with reference to the form of the letters. It say all right, here it go right here. It say B. It say to commit to writing things not to be forgotten. Write down records.
Which is going to have all your information, medical records, financial, okay, the GPS. It's going to be all that in one. You see what I'm saying? And then you're going to have it to access entry doors to your house or to your car. You see what I'm saying? This is what they're trying to do. Push their weight, man. Okay? And as the brother just read, he said, write down records. Yeah, man, they're trying to actually have that data on that device, man. So here it is. You're about to see all right, this economy, they're gonna systemically crash it, man. All right. Also, they can usher in that new digital way, man. That new digital system. Okay. And so again, man, we out here to warn our people of the time that's at hand. All right. Get Revelation 1 and 3.
All right, this is Revelations. This Revelations chapter 1, verse 3. And it reads, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of his prophecy."
Right. Blessed is he that readeth, which when you read, you're not supposed to just read. Get Proverbs 4. That's 5. All right. Because that's what we require to do, man. You gotta not just read the page, read the words on the page, and that's it. Take the face value. No, you gotta do some more thorough research, man. You gotta go into words, the meaning of words. You gotta look stuff up, man. Okay? You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take notes.
Discernment.
Yeah. Like the brother quoted, like the church of Korea, they went to see the things were so. You know, what the Apostle Paul was preaching, they double checked it, man. And that's the same thing. We tell people, look, don't take what we take for value. Look it up. Yeah. Well, that's the one you just pulled right off. Might as well just get it now. Just pull it up off the shop. Read that.
It says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of his prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand."
And that's what it is, man. All right.
And if you don't understand what you read, how you gonna be able to keep those things?
Acts 8:23, real quick. Let me read that proverb.
This is Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding.
That's it, man. So this one thing, you can't just read it. You gotta comprehend what you read. And the other guy that comes, go ahead and get into it, man.
This is Acts 8:27. And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, a eunuch of great authority, and the Candace, queen of the Ethiopians, who had the charge of all her treasure, and had come to Jerusalem for to worship, was returning and sitting in his chariot, read Isaiah the prophet. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, Go near and join thyself to his chariot. And Philip ran thither to him, and heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, Understandest thou what thou readest? He said, they have no tool to read it.
Brother just said that. Brother just said, he said, Christians, a lot of times they pull scriptures, but a lot of times they think they something, you know? And then they hurt you.
You got even Israelites. Acts 8:31, we said, How can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip, and he would come up and say,
And that's beautiful that you mentioned that, because, see, that's what it is. You got to humble yourself to come up under, you know, other men that's been laboring before you. You see, we entered into other men's labors. We ain't trying to reinvent the wheel, you know. You gotta go according to the already laid foundation, man. All right, and so like he said, how can I accept some man should guide me? Yeah, you gotta humble up, man. You know, you gotta sit your ass down. You gotta read. You gotta lock in. You know, watch lessons, take notes, etc. This is what's required of us, man. As being servants of YAHWASHI, because once you come up on the level, then you gotta go to other men like that.
That's been over. So he had good brothers, especially men that fall out in his many of the apostles. Yeah. Like, bro, like the apostles gave themselves that seat. Like, bro, literally, the Lord's the one who set up his word. He's the one who set up his ministry. All right, every man in which we say that everything we done, decently and good. Okay, that's how it works, man. That's with everything at a job.
Right,
yeah,
Esau got shit in order on the left hand side. It's a chain of command dealing with the Edomites. So how much more the people of the Heavenly Father? If a brute beast can have the order and the rank and file, why can't the people of the Heavenly Father have it? Why is that so fucking, you know why? Because the people of the Heavenly Father are out of order. That's why they can be out of order.
regular common court, whatever. I forget the term for it. And then you work your way up. If you got to keep taking it to trial, then it go all the way up to the Supreme Court. Yeah, the municipal court. You got like family courts and different. I don't know the whole terminology, but I'm just using it as an example. But like I said, a better one would have probably been like the military, because then you got, you know, you got the generals and you got the guys or something, and it's like a pyramid.
So you can deal with the government.
Yeah.
The fucking puppet government, should I say. You got the president, you got the vice president, you got the chair, you know, you got the secretary of state, you got governors, you got mayors, you know what I'm saying? You got governors, you got mayors, you got councilmen. It's all done with order, bro. You do order. Huh?
Also lieutenants.
Yeah.
Even when you go to scriptures during the time of Solomon, they tell you about he had certain officers with certain provinces. Okay, none of the over 50s, but I'm talking about he had certain officers with certain provinces or certain divisions, etc. It wasn't just Solomon. Every single judgment comes in over and over. Like, you gotta have it spread out. That's what government is. The body of men, all right, to keep things in order like government is. That's the same as the men in Cuba. Why do you think was 144,000 in government? I said to tell you what, I said in the 19th chapter, YAHWASHI, the government shall be upon his shoulders, man. YAHWASHI, the head, that's when we get the 144,000, 12,000 Israelite men from the tribe. That's when he gonna use the government power.
Okay. What did anybody else read? Nobody. Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born. Right? Hey, it's like the point is, let me just get to the point. Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born,
And the us is referring to Israel. Right? And the child is born to you. Our child. It's going to Revelation the 12th chapter. Right?
it says, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder.
Talking about the holy God with Mount Zion, man. All right? That's what it's government. That's the heavenly government. That's what rule the people. It's going to be order, man. From YAHWASHI, King David, from 12 apostles, every single minute, 144,000. Okay, you're musician, 100,000, etc., etc., man. It's going to be the order. It's not going to be JP or whatever the other one of them, man. JP's Israelites will get offended at apostles ahead of things. Like, bro, you're not order, man.
If I can add to you real quick, I just did a lesson on that not too long ago. That's called theocracy. When, you know, the governing power is ruled by, it starts with YAHWASHI, it starts with Israel, you know, the elect. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, YAHWASHI, somebody could, you know, get the etymology of that word theocracy. It describes perfectly what the kingdom of heaven is going to be.
Like a body of God.
Yeah.
It's in the name itself.
Well, that
Theos,
goes
you know,
into-
Theos going to God.
It goes into one of the Greek words for the world, which is cosmos, which means what? A harmonious.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's an etymology of theocracy. It says a form of government in which God is recognized as supreme ruler and his laws will form the statutes.
Be judged by what standard? Oh, and it says that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. And YAHWASHI supreme, I'm paraphrasing.
Woo! It says theocracy, the Commonwealth of Israel. It said the Commonwealth of Israel from the time of Moses until the election of Saul as king. That's coming back, man. That's heavy, bro. It literally tells you, that Google definition literally tells you the Commonwealth of Israel.
Let's go.
The first one,
What you just read?
oh, the Commonwealth of Israel. It says theocracy, the Commonwealth of Israel, from the time of Moses until the election of Saul as king. That's coming back, because Israel coming back into power, man. So it said they tell you the Commonwealth of Israel, the theocracy in the kingdom of heaven is going to be the Commonwealth of Israel, man. Not all heathens, some Moabite, I believe. And some Moabite, he was sitting there and meeting with you, his hands on the table, like, yeah, so what we going to do, y'all? No, man.
And that's beautiful, man. I'm going to go back to this verse, finishing out Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Like the brother
But
said.
that ain't his name, because you'll have niggas use
Those
that.
titles.
Exactly.
All those
I just
titles.
wanted to say that. Because you got niggas that'll go to that precept and say, well, they say his name is Wonderboy. My real talk, bro. Keep going. His name means he saves. Matthew's the first chapter. I tell you that, bro.
Because there's another title, I'm not Allah.
God is with us.
God is with us. These are titles, man. But he has one true name. He's going to say, what is his name? Yeah, Shiloh, another one. What is his name if thou canst tell?
Hosanna. That's another.
Yes. Yeah, he got a bunch of it, man. It says what? Verse 7. Isaiah 9 and 7. Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end.
Ooh,
Right.
no end,
No
man.
It's
end.
going to get better and better. It's time. Like wine. You feel me?
God.
Like aged wine. It just get better and better. Like that 20-year-old bottle we had.
Well, the men, I'm going to add to the brother, the men in particular.
Yeah,
You know?
outside his kingdom.
Yeah.
That's what it's going into.
Yeah, his
His
kingdom.
kingdom is just
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
flourish and
Right.
continue to flourish.
Right.
It's never going to have a point where you, what you call that shit, like a pinnacle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A climax, like the brothers, that's another word. When yeah, right. Like you say, sky is the limit. Oh, ain't no limit. That's the point. Yeah, apex, that's another word.
You ain't gonna be in a kingdom like, yeah, remember 100 years ago, good days. You got that right now. You got that right now, because remember I was talking about it before, about you got a few months right now, you got a lot of nostalgia. Because because everything with video games and so-called bodybuilding with Arnold Schwarzenegger, anything they talk about the golden days. And now they look at the society now, they're like, this is shit.
I'm even go as far as saying, because what you're saying is on point, but that's going back far. I'm going to go back as far as just saying, you still got people that's like, man, can we go back to 2016? Because they wasn't dealing with none of this shit that they dealing with now, man.
God.
The shit was cheaper, gas was cheap, food was cheap, shit was in abundance, people had more money flowing. You know, since then, man, shit been downhill.
Cavs won the championship.
So that's a beautiful point, like you said, bro. That brother Paul going into, because remember you seen that picture on the YAHWASHI show about the houses in the city. Or 2-bedroom, they're like $2,000. 2-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom, 3-bedroom, they want $3,000. You know what I'm saying? So that's the good old days.
Now you priced out the market.
The eggs are carton, 50 cents. Gasoline was $1.25. Niggas know gasoline a gallon was 25 cents a gallon. Yeah, that's the golden years, man. So this society, this kingdom, it decreases over time. The kingdom of our Lord and Savior YAHWASHI, which is in front of the kingdom of Israel, it's going to increase over time. I think it's going to get better and better, man.
You got to think we're going to start feeling it, you know. People, our nation going to start coming back in abundance, and they all going to be on one accord praising YAHWASHI.
Right, we ain't going to have no adventures where we have to, like, you know what I'm saying, you had the fucking cassette player. You had the, what's that shit called, an 8-track player. They got discarded deck, wasted the resources, the elements of the level you found. The Walkman, then you came out with the CD player. And then you got the Bluetooth, right? With an MP3 player. Remember the iPods? Those were the shit. Those were the shit, the iPods. You know what I'm saying? And then they came out with the smartphone. Yeah, the chirp phone, all this shit. Where's all this goddamn discarded shit going, man? You hear me? Well, how's you motherfuckers getting rid of this shit? That's the point. That's the point. That's why I'm making that point, because in the kingdom, we ain't gonna have shit but toys, hella toys on you to go play with. Unnecessary shit is gonna always serve a purpose, man. And if not, so like if I can say this, it's gonna be biodegradable. It's gonna go back to the earth. Some shit that you can just discard and it just go back into the earth.
God.
So like you look at the atmosphere, he's got space trash over in the earth, bro. And it's crazy they show you that movie wrong. I was talking about, he showed you that, bro. It's a bunch of trash all around the earth, man. He really does.
Oh, God.
Oh, fire.
When you watch Idiocracy, when you watch that shit from 2006, that the elder was talking about Idiocracy, these niggas had a trash avalanche. Because in the movie, these niggas was just piling trash on trash. They had an avalanche of 2050. It was 2035. It was, I think it was 2050. It was an avalanche of trash. That's the point. Because that's where this society would go. It was just like the trash would just pile up and keep fucking piling up. Especially when the waste management, the people ain't picking up the trash. Who gonna dispose that shit?
Like I say, too, it's in the ocean. You know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
in space. Yeah, it's space. It's everywhere. Beneath the earth,
Right,
on the earth,
this
above the
nigga
earth.
go,
This devil got to go.
man.
And so you got animals being affected, we're being affected. Mind you, this stuff, you know, you got the what they call it, not precipitation, how it goes through the process of rain. Yeah, well, not just condensation, but the whole process of how rain and shit coming. This gotta come back down on your crops and all this shit, man. You see? So you breathing and eating toxins, man. You know, there's a lot of this shit that they use don't break down. They got what's known as forever chemicals, you know, that they use in a lot of these different inventions, man. But let me finish this verse, y'all.
Even in food, bro, the so-called food that the so-called food that people eat, that shit is not biodegradable.
No, it don't break down.
It
It don't break down on its own.
You throw some shit down right there next week. If the birds don't eat it, that shit gonna be right there, bro.
Bro, that's a sign right there. I was about to say that.
Flavor
I was
hot
about to say
Cheeto
that.
dog there.
Go get them up a double cheeseburger from McDonald's. And you'll see people getting on YouTube here for years and it's look the same. Now you gotta think. If organisms themselves don't break this down, that should be a red flag. Damn, the insects don't want it, the animals don't want it,
Right.
the organisms themselves don't want it. Why the fuck should I
It's
want
a
it?
cycle of life. It's an ecosystem. That's what it is. It's the Heavenly Father created every creepy crawly thing.
Yeah.
You know, he commissioned the creation of every creepy crawly thing, whether it's an ant, maggot, you know, a maggot. Right? 'Cause that's what it is. You get the flies. 'Cause that's what come up. The shit break down. You got the maggots. The maggots, they go on the flies. The flies, they do this. This shit crazy, bro.
All right, so back in Isaiah 9:7, of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end. Right? The scriptures speak about a world without end, right, for the nation of Israel. Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice. Somebody go into that word justice. Etymology. It says, from henceforth, even forever, the zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. All right? And so, yeah, man, it says the Lord sent a word into Jacob and it hath lighted upon Israel. Yeah, the government, like the brothers went into it, man. You know, it's about to be sanctioned real soon in the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
So I'm saying for one that is profitable.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You saw everything we're going into. I be laughing. I'm like, this nigga. Oh, God damn, bro. Like, you know, I be mad, bro. I be hear about you. That shit, like, I tell you, you talking about, man. Even you go to the store, right? You go to fucking Heinz, you get the actual meat and subject. You got a high sodium in it. I'm like, this shit's still big,
Bro, even with like the spirit, bro, with the chicken breast, all right, bro, that shit got glue. It's a chemical they use. They put in some type of powder, bro. They sprinkle it on there and then mask the shit up with a machine. That's how you get a perfect fillet steak. I'm like, bro.
Oh yeah, we gotta get see, and that's what it is, man. Here we have no continuing cities, man, but we see on the throne. This is the worst case scenario for the people on the side. Get that definition, Bob.
This
Yeah, the Lord about to bring this upon earth. Go ahead.
this justice in the online mythology. It say the exercise of authority and vindication.
There it is, vindication of the Israelites, but in particular, starting first and foremost with YAHWAH, YAHWASHI. All right, and then go ahead.
And vindication of right by assigning reward or punishment. Also, quality of being fair and just, moral soundness, and conformity of truth.
There it is.
To truth. So,
Yeah, conformity to truth, man. See, the Lord, hey, get, what's the scripture? 2 Corinthians, not the God of Israel, he said he bring all things to subjection. It could be the 10th chapter, 10 and 4. 4 and 4 is what I quoted. 10 and 4, I think it is. He said that he bring all things in subjection and exalts himself against the Most High. He gonna bring all of this into his subjection real soon. Let me see where you at.
Every thought.
Every thought. That's the verse I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh, okay, Baba Kushai, start one verse up. Start one verse up.
2 Corinthians 10 and 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High, to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imagination.
Let me say this real quick. It ain't for us to get up and on, like the brother said, he quoted Isaiah the 2nd chapter, the 4th verse, about how there ain't gonna be no weapons. Our weapons gonna be destroyed in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? It ain't for us to get up in arms and try to be carnal. You ain't gonna win over this man by being carnal. It's gonna have to be spiritual, man.
Casting down imagination.
Real quick, because the thought just came thing to me. What did the Lord tell Peter? He said, put up again thy sword, and whosoever take the sword shall perish with you. All right? I think of Cain. I think of just different accounts, man. Esau. You know what I'm saying? That's their blessing. Go ahead.
That's why scripture say, wait ye upon me until the day that I rise up from the world.
That's right. And that's why our scripture also says in Romans 8:6, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace everlasting. Perfect paraphrase. Go ahead.
It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing.
They all the fucking imagination that coming in Edomites head, bro.
Right?
You hear me? All these little fucking imaginations. Well, if we do this and this, if we do this, yo, all that shit gonna get cast out, man.
Go ahead,
It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of the Mashiach.
So we're going to bring it all into the obedience of Yahweh, of Mashiach Yahweh. All right? And his will is going to reign supreme at the end of the day. Go ahead.
And having in readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. So when our obedience is fulfilled, our ministry is over with, Esau's kingdom is over with. The like brother said, we can turn to Superman on earth and get the power, then we go revenge disobedience.
If I can say real quick, man, it's kind of off topic, but on topic. If this ain't a sign of the end, it's fucking February. It ain't no snow around. This is it, man. It's warm as hell. It's like 40 degrees, bro. 40 degrees. I got on a hoodie in February in the Midwest. You see what I'm saying? It's the worst month. Usually it's the worst month when it comes to the winter. This is signs of the end, man. The president, it's 61 degrees the other day.
They can burn Black History, that shit away. Black History.
Black
No, real talk, though, I remember for 7 years ago, I remember it was like negative outside. -20.
Even brothers, we remember, years being out. Yes, it is. That's true. And that's manifold. It's gonna be a lot of judgment. But like the brother said, I remember, man, toes hurting. Remember you had them boots on, you had to put pads in them. You feel me? Yeah, it was years ago, man. Freezing. It's fucking February, man. So, and then what happened last year? Then it snowed in Brazil, in South America, or something like that. It snowed. So the point is, all the foundations of the earth is out of course. And this is signs of the end to let you know that, look, man, what the brother just read is about to be ushered in. The Lord is about to bring everything into the real soon, man. It knows the most.
The reason why the weather like that is because the ecosystem all messed up. Everything got ain't no lobster, and the filtration system of the oceans and the seas is all fucked up. The brother said it earlier. Precipitation, how that's what we call evaporation. Water goes. Everything working in unison, man. Everything working in unison, man. In this whole system. Whether it's the weather.
I remember as a kid, the brother from Atlanta made this point. I remember as a kid, like you ride, you get bugs on the windshield, like bugs in the air and shit. I was saying shit, bro. I'm like, man, damn, man, that's to the point, like, bro, you still have to destroy the ecosystem, bro. It's devouring it, bro. It's so much, bro. That's why Mama says, so we get a kingdom, and we saw this, and we see how bad it is. We're like, man, what the fuck? But it's so much missing from the society, bro.
They got ice lands, ice building and shit.
Yeah. It's called Who's reading something?
I was on what I have. You have something you want? I'll read Psalm 62 and 82. Psalm 82, verse 5, it says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth out of course.
Oh, man, yeah, bro. All the foundations of the earth out of course. That's a beautiful point you made, bro. With the bugs and shit. Damn, I don't be splatting no bugs.
Lighter bugs.
I don't see it.
Some bees.
Wait, what point about the bugs?
The fact that I remember being a kid, like you're driving and sitting in the car, like bugs in the windows, especially like sometimes stuff. Bro, like, and you never see that no more now, bro. Basically, it's how things go.
Right, brother. Even sometimes you don't even really see bees like that. Yeah, bees play a big role in the ecosystem. Like, without them, you don't really have
that's why the soil and the earth ain't producing, like it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because here it is, you got these carnivorous people, man. They just want to eat meat all goddamn day. So they'll fucking eat squirrels. They'll fucking, nigga, look, the Lord put us, huh? Yeah. So these squirrels, rabbits, bro, these niggas down in Louisiana in the swamps, they eat a little bush rats and the fucking things that look like rats. I'm like, bro, these niggas kill alligators, all this shit, the animals, all of these animals that you killing, man, the Heavenly Father created them to serve a particular role in this world, man.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be fucking eating squirrels and rabbits.
Tastes like chicken.
Bro, bugs, motherfuckers eating frogs.
Ducks.
Like, yo, you can't even eat frogs and shit. Dogs, cats. Really. Bro, people is really eating cats right now. Israelites. The Jake Women, when I talk about did that lesson, bro. Man, just washing a cat out in the sink, bro. And it ain't even, this a green tree still, so to speak. It's still a green tree, man.
And it's crazy because, like, we're talking about how the food not even real. Like, even if you do try to eat like this, like lawful food, like, bro, the food ain't even got enough nutrients and shit in this shit, bro. Like, bro, like these foods, bro, like it's about an empty calorie.
Well, like the brother just said, he said the soy don't got no selenium in it. You know, it doesn't got the food that you eat don't got, like you said, you got, that's why you gotta take supplements. It ain't got the right nutritional value. So, like you said, you got a lot of empty calories and your body's still craving for the nutrition, so you still be feeling hungry.
Yeah, I said I can take something bro, that's mad. That's fucking mad. But the Lord already put that shit in the food, bro. That's cool. This why, brothers, we get so mad. We get like, why y'all hate Esau so much? Like, bro, that is madness, bro. I gotta take supplements, bro. That's funny. Bro, you should be able to just eat food in a good portion, not be gluttonous. You should be able to. See, that's part of the reason why people are gluttonous now, bro. Because you should be able to eat just a good portion of food and be filled up, man. Well, you gotta eat so much, bro. You got, man, this is right.
Hey, get that real quick.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
So it's not God you insane, bro. You said with it, bro? Yeah. And Brother Mark said sometimes you can't even watch, you can't even think about it, bro. You gotta just separate yourself sometimes. You get so pissed when you actually read his articles and look at everything Esau is doing to earth. How he got a toxic chemical plant. He just go dump the fucking chemicals in the water.
Yeah.
Like, bro, even at my job, I told you about, like, bro, how Esau runs shit. Like, I'd be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you have a printer room. Like, at my job, right, you gotta print, scan certain shit out, right? You gotta, every time you scan it, a new paper print. But we don't even use the paper, so we just immediately throw this shit away. I'm like, yo, like, what are you doing? You just wasteful as fuck, bro.
And I remember dealing with these restaurants too, just throwing food away, all that, man.
And then lock on trash.
Right.
Bro, that the earth is going to continue to yield. You know what I'm saying? The earth is going to be producing, man. But the direction that he's going, the earth ain't even going to be yielding and producing like it's supposed to, man.
That's what's good to Isaiah 24 chapter, where the earth mourneth and languish away, bro. That shit get frustrated, bro.
Hey, real quick. This is what the brother got for that. He said, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, right?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 34. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thy eyes that thou shalt see.
Bro, this Mexico, this Lord's food, everything. That's why here, people's fucking bodies in America so fucking up. That's why everybody go beats. That's why, bro, never even go to swim on that day. That's why you got men walking around under the way shit. Bro, you should be able to snap and spit out your cows and drill out the fucking. You should be able to eat a good portion of food, well created with the vitamins and nutrients will be good, bro. That's, man, you guys spend so many hours in the gym, man. That's ridiculous, bro.
He didn't even go back that far. He was just like the 80s.
So the 80s,
no rest like them, but they were built.
Bro, that's why the NBA, etc. That's why athletes get so fucking injured so quick, bro.
Yeah.
Because their bodies, they don't got, bro, it's broken down.
They used to be hooping in chunks, man. Not getting injured. You know what I mean? Now you fucking in these expensive ass shoes and you still twist your ankle trying to go for a leg.
This song, Revelations chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead that they should be judged. It's about these other nations, you know, because Esau deceived the whole world. These other heathens don't even know who they is for the most part, man.
within his nation. Because he's trying to push your philosophy on them. Right? You know what I'm saying? You push your philosophy and your ideology on them. You want to tell them what to do. You want to say sovereign land. Right?
It say, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth.
Right.
That's Esau, Edom. That's who destroyed the earth.
Remember, the reward to the prophets is go be those crowns, right? With the palms in our hands. And so into the book of 2nd Entrance, right? And them that fear thy name too, right? Because a part of that reward, that's a part of it. Because you got, it's multiple layers to the reward to the elect. You got crowns, you got palms, you got deliverance, you got salvation. Go ahead, go. Right? You want to say something? Is that it? You know, so yeah, so man, with that, pray to edify. I want to give our glory and the praises to
YAHWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakadash. Baba Boy.